Willie D Live.
What's up, family? A Texas judge in Bexar County gave it to an inmate raw. No pun intended. Yeah, fam, dude walked into the courtroom, thought it was sweet, giggling, all of that type of stuff. And the judge started laying out what could possibly happen to him should he end up in prison. She said that he would be passed around for cigarettes and Ramen noodles. She also said he could be passed around for some other things. I saw a lot of people on social media commenting about this, and I actually posted the video on my Instagram. I understand where she was going with that. I understand what she was trying to say, but I'm just not cool with giving an inmate pass, giving anybody a pass for sexually violating somebody under any circumstances. Hey fam, I gotta call a strike and a ball. If dude got something coming to him, let that come to him. But for us to try to root somebody on and hope that they get sexually violated, that ain't cool. Cause it's like, yo man, I don't appreciate you sexually violating people and raping people, but on this one, I'll give you a pass. I'm willing to look the other way. I'm not with that. And I'm also not with authorities absolutely knowing what goes on in these places and not try to do something about it. Now, some of us will say, well, what can they do about it? Hell, they can lock you up. If they can lock you up, if they can lock the biggest and the baddest guys and the meanest guys and the most criminal guys up, if they can catch them and lock them up, then they can also control a lot of their behavior. For example, if an inmate attacks a guard, they unleash everything they got on that inmate. And they also shut down things and take away privileges from other inmates. So why they can't do it when somebody gets sexually violated? I submit to you that some of them don't care, but the others are in on it. That's right, I said it. They're in on it. It's part of the culture. It's part of how they control inmates and how they control information about inmates. For example, let's say you got an inmate who is married and he also is on the down low. So he getting down, knocking little boys off behind those walls. But then visitation come and he all lovey-dovey with his woman, with his wife. The guard got the information, but the guard may not say anything about it, ain't gonna say anything about it to the wife, because that's how the guard controls the inmate and get the inmate to do what they want them to do. The judge's name is Stephanie Boyd. I've seen her a few times, and she appears to be the type who tries to help the people who come into her courtroom. It's kind of like if somebody is angry, right? They're abusive. You know, they're in court for domestic violence. She's the type that instead of just locking you up, she try to get to the root of why are you angry? Why are you angry? That's what the system should be like. That's how the system should operate. Because just locking somebody up and not addressing the problem does not repeat the problem. And this is why we have such high rates of recidivism. They're not addressing the root of the problems that people have when they come into courtrooms. And then let's say you get popped for hustling. They make you pay restitution. I get it, paying for what you took, but having you pay for other programs that you wasn't even involved with. Let's say you went in for theft, but they got you paying toward Alcohol Anonymous. Some of your restitution is going toward, I don't know, women's shelters or something like that. You didn't rob a woman, but your restitution is going toward women's shelters and things of that nature. If you're stealing, then probably you need a job. So when you get out, they make you pay restitution, whether you have a job or not. If you don't have a job, they put so much pressure on you to pay that restitution that you'll end up sometimes going back out there and committing a crime to pay for restitution for the crime that you committed in the first place. It's crazy, fam, and they know it's crazy. But what the judge said is true. He will get passed around. And that's the part they don't tell these youngsters. They don't tell these youngsters that there are predators out there waiting. They are sitting back, waiting like a dude at the club, waiting on the right chick to walk in. They're over there sitting, and they're standing over there waiting by the bar, just waiting, just watching that door. And the moment you come in, they got dibs. I got that one. I got that one. Now that's mine. Yeah, man, they negotiating as soon as you get off the bus. And I know some of y'all youngsters think it ain't gonna happen to you, but what can you do when you got, let's say, 4 or 5 big ol' ass dudes attack you at the same time? What can you do? Now, here's the thing. A real soldier, a real warrior, typically ain't gonna have to worry about that because these dudes, they know their beans from their cornbread. They know a warrior will kill them. They know that that'll be some deadly booty. Because if they take that one, they gonna die. And they know that. They know. They know who to mess with, who not. And a lot of y'all dudes out there, y'all look like food when y'all walk in. I don't care how tough you try to be. They can see the fear in you. And you gonna show. You're gonna blink. And when you blink, they gonna get you. Again, I am not advocating that. That's just how it goes. So, do your best, man. Do your best to stay out of that system. Stay as far away from that system as you can. Because that ain't the worst part. Well, let me tell you, I won't say that ain't the worst part, but that ain't the only bad thing that go on in that. And it's just so many levels of evil. So many levels. Too many demonic people in prison. And I ain't even just talking about the inmates. I'm talking about from the warden on down. And don't you dare try to come up for parole. The parole board is full of evil people, diabolical people who are all in on the whole prison hustle. Get you locked up and have you in there serving free labor, working for 17 cents a day. And you think that you got to go out there and do something crazy for some money? Man, your best bet is to be patient. Put the work in, be patient. The shortcut is to work. No more talk.